Good afternoon and welcome to Nutting Gymnasium inside Hummel Fieldhouse for today's PAC volleyball matchup between the visiting Grove City Wolverines and your Bethany Bison. Hello everyone, Drew Von Sayo here with you on the Bethany Broadcasting Network, streamed live on YouTube. Grove City enters today with a 17-8 record, 10-4 in the President's Athletic Conference. The Wolverines are currently in third place, only trailing second place Chatham by overall win percentage, and Chatham's 3-1 victory over Waynesburg recorded just a few moments ago. Coach Sale's team has clinched a playoff position as they cannot fall outside the top six, but will look to clinch the other first round bye as soon as possible, as Westminster has clinched officially the number one overall seed with their 14-0 undefeated conference record. PAC playoffs in 2021 will go through New Wilmington, Pennsylvania. As for the Bison, they currently sit 11-10 overall and 8-5 in the President's Athletic Conference. The Bison remain in fourth place as they have a slightly better conference win percentage than the fifth place Teal Tomcats, who sit at 9-6 coming into today. Coach Hillier's squad is capable of earning that first round bye, but they would need some help from around the conference in addition to their own results, as they have 4 conference contests scheduled for the final week of the season. This match is extremely crucial to both teams in their playoff push, and we are in for a thrilling contest this afternoon. The last meeting between these sides on September 18th saw the Bison on the road in Grove City and come up short in set 5, as that would be an indication of what to expect here this afternoon in Bethany, West Virginia. Our officiating crew today is as follows. Tim King is your R1, Kathy Sineri the R2, Lorraine King L1, and Tammy Albert L2. The Bison have just concluded their warm-ups. Grove City getting ready to take the court for the starting lineup introductions. As warm-ups conclude and the coaches make any final adjustments, we get set now to send it to Erica Sansom for the official introduction of today's starting lineups and the playing of the national anthem. there you have it, the official introduction of the starting lineups, courtesy of Ryan Hillier substituting in for Erica Sansom, and the national anthem. We'll run you through the lineups here quickly for Grove City. Kennedy Kerr, Eloise Augustine, Faith Keating, Anna DeGraff, Carrie Dale, Katie Pry, and the libero Maya Latham. For the Bison, Brooke Dahlgren, Jess Moore, Sydney Kirker, Riley Felton, Elena Torres, Emma Marthins, and the libero Brooke Corley. Bison in their traditional home white tops with the green shorts, the libero Corley decked out in all green. As for Grove City, gray tops with the black shorts, the libero Latham in the Wolverine home red jersey. Just a reminder, this is a very crucial match for the teams, both of them in terms of PAC playoff positioning. The fight for the first round bye. Grove City will be set to serve first. Kennedy Kerr, reigning PAC Rookie of the Week. We'll touch on her accolades the next time out. That serve dug out by Kirker. Torres sets it up for Felton off the top of the net, and Riley Felton gets things started with a bang for the Bison. We see a substitution very quickly for Coach Hillier as Paige Allen enters in place of Brooke Dahlgren. Service over from Allen, that time dug out by the Wolverines. They set for Augustine, dug out by Kirker. Torres near side for Moore, going cross court, dug out by Augustine again. There's Augustine with the little redirect, diving effort from Allen as Kirker sends it over. Keating with the dig, Felton with the attack, but not before Grove City with the point. Eloise Augustine serving for Grove City. Dug out by Kirker. Now Allen near side for Moore, cannot get it over the net as she mistimed the jump. And Grove City taking the first 2 of 3 points here in set number 1. Serve over from Augustine, dug out by Kirker. Torres sets for Felton with a powerful effort off the arms of Maya Latham. And Riley Felton gets the Bison level at 2. Emma Marthins into the game for the libero Corley. The service over from Felton. Redirected over the top by Pry. That one just out of play on the near side. Felton service over, dug out by Keating. Now Felton with the dig. Torres setting near side for more. Powerful effort, dug out by Augustine. Redirected by Marthins into empty space on the near side. And the Bison continue to extend their lead. So the Bison now in control of set number 1 very early on as the service over from Felton, dug out by Latham. It's Kerr setting for Augustine, dug out by Kirker. Torres sets near side for Moore, redirected by the Wolverines, and it's Kerr who keeps it alive. Now sent over by Pry. Torres for Marthins with a little redirect, dug out by Keating. Now Kerr back to Keating. Moore with the dig. Torres setting for Moore again. Sliding effort there from Keating, who sends it over herself. Riley Felton cannot get to it that time. So after a long rally, Grove City comes out with the point. Brooke Corley back into the game for Bethany in place of Felton. As Anna DeGraff, the sophomore from Cranberry, Pennsylvania, back to serve. Torres setting for Jess Moore near side. That'll take a deflection off the Wolverines in front. Jess Moore showing why she was the recipient of PAC Offensive Player of the Week for the second time this season. Asia Krim entering the game was an honorable mention for PAC Rookie of the Week. Her service that time Keating with the attack, redirected off the hands of Martins. Kirker trying to keep it afloat and cannot. As now Grove City set to make 2 substitutions. Robin Collier and Katie Kenline entering in place of Katie Pry and Kennedy Kerr. Kenline will drop back to serve, freshman from Spokane, Washington. Service over, dug out by Corley. Torres setting far side for Krim, who goes cross court, dug out that time by Augustine. And now Kenline. Torres over to Kirker with a powerful effort. That'll redirect off of 2 Wolverines in front. Was Robin Collier, Carrie Dill up close to the net. Bison reestablish a 2-point advantage. So it'll be Elena Torres serving, junior from Lenexa, Virginia. Service over, that time dug out by Augustine. Kenline setting for Keating. Now Kirker going back the other way. Dug out by Kenline. Latham, the set for Keating. Krim with the dig. Torres setting far side for Dahlgren. The Bison unable to get it over as they ultimately ran out of hits. Up official Tim King, down official Kathy Sineri on the same page that it was in fact the 4th hit. The serve dug up by Corley. Torres sets for Martins with a powerful effort. Kept alive by the Wolverines as Kenline sets near side. Krim right there to receive. Kirker goes back the opposite way. And play is stopped as they caught Sydney Kirker with the double hit. So we're knotted up at 6 apiece. As it's Faith Keating back to serve for Grove City from Troy, Michigan. Dug out by Corley. Torres setting for Dahlgren, trying to go cross court as Collier pushes it up into the air. Augustine going cross court. Torres for Krim coming up from the back. Redirected over by Wolverines. Dahlgren with the push. Dug out by Keating. Kept alive by Kenline. Now Collier sends it over. Dug out by Krim. Torres to Martins with a powerful effort off the hands of Keating. And there's nothing Grove City can do that time. The sheer power from Emma Martins tells the story. Reestablishes the Bison lead. Martins checks out of the game in favor of Riley Felton. Service over from Corley, dug out by Augustine. Kenline setting near side for Collier. Just inside the line and over the head of Torres. So Grove City will tie it up again at 7. Anna DeGraff back into the game in place of Carrie Dill. Service over from Latham. Beautiful dig there from Krim as Dahlgren goes cross court, dug out by Collier. Diving effort that time from Katie Pry, cannot keep it afloat, rather Anna DeGraff. Coach Sales, you see him giving some instruction to Katie Kenline as Sydney Kirker set to serve for Bethany. Dug out by Keating. Kenline setting for DeGraff. The Bison scrambling to keep it afloat. Corley will get it over. Dug out by Latham. Now Kenline setting far side for Augustine. Powerful kill there from Eloise Augustine. As Grove City set to make 2 more substitutions, Kennedy Kerr and Katie Pry back into the game. We're knotted up at 8 apiece. And it's Kerr who will serve, the freshman from East Grand Rapids, Michigan. Her serve cannot get over. It'll be a service error for the reigning PAC Rookie of the Week. As Paige Allen checks back in place of Brooke Dahlgren. Service over from Allen. Set from Kerr, redirected by DeGraff. Off the hands of Torres, past the diving Paige Allen. It's Augustine serving for the Wolverines. After DeGraff with the latest kill. Service over, dug out by Kirker. Torres trying to redirect it herself. It's blocked by the Wolverines. And now Felton goes cross court, sent back up into the air by Pry. and Latham will shovel it over. Dug out by Allen. Torres near side for Jess Moore. A powerful effort off the hands of Latham. Keating sneaking that one over the net, but just out of play as Sydney Kirker was there to let it go. The Bison take the lead once more as the libero Corley checks out for the time being. Felton service dug out by Latham. Augustine quickly over to come to her defense. Keating will send the ball over. Now Torres setting for Kirker far side, who can't get it over the net as she mistimed her jump. Grove City tying this one up at 10 apiece as Kirker enters the game, rather Corley in place of Felton. Serve over from DeGraff, dug out by Corley. Torres will shovel it over herself. Diving effort there from Augustine, and now Keating will get it over right to Paige Allen. Attack from Jess Moore. And now Kerr setting far side for Keating off the hands of Allen. Rather, that one ruled just above the hands of Paige Allen. So it'll be the Bison, the beneficiary that time. Asia Krim into the game for Jess Moore. Immediately dropping back to serve. The serve off the hands of Keating. Rather, Augustine, it'll be Keating who shovels it over. Torres setting for Kirker near side. That one sneaking just inside the line. Eloise Augustine froze and watched it. And it snuck right inside that corner. Serve over from Krim. It's Kerr with the set for Keating. Dug out by Krim. Now Torres setting for Kirker. Powerful effort there off the hands of Latham. Redirect from Marthens atop the net. Kept alive by the Wolverines. Powerful effort there from Marthens. Dug out by Latham. Now Kerr off the hand of Marthens. Big rally going on here inside Hummel Fieldhouse. Attack from Keating off the hands of Marthens. Kept alive by Allen. Torres setting near side for Kirker. Point ruled for the Wolverines as they caught the Bison with a double hit. Katie Kenline into the game along with Robin Collier. Substitution pair that Coach Sales in his third season of work using early and often here in set one. The serve dug out by Allen. Torres setting for Marthens with a powerful effort. Nothing Katie Kenline can do there as Emma Marthens sent that one down to the court in rapid time. Bison ahead 13-11. Serve over from Torres. Dug out by Augustine. Kenline set for Alexis Kilmartin in the game. Rather, that was Carrie Dill. The Wolverines get a point back. The serve over from Keating. Dug out by Corley. Torres setting for Dahlgren far side. Dahlgren again. Dug out by Collier. Now Kenline setting far side. Augustine can't time the jump, so a point for the Bison. Riley Felton back into the game for Marthens. Serve over from Corley off the hands of Keating. The set from Kenline. Attack over by Collier. Corley with the set far side for Dahlgren off the hands of Wolverines. Sent back up by Collier. Kenline will set it up for Keating. Diving effort from Kirker. Cannot get to it. Anna DeGraff re-enters for the Wolverines. Serve over from Latham. Dug out by Corley. Torres setting for Dahlgren with a little shovel over the net. Kenline with the set for Augustine. Dahlgren with the deflection but cannot redirect it over the net. As Grove City has tied this one up at 14 apiece. Latham with the serve. Diving effort there from Krim, cannot get to it. Will be a service ace for Grove City, particularly Maya Latham, and with that, Coach Hillier going to call a timeout. Set to talk things over. Talked about the PAC weekly awards. Jess Moore was the Offensive Player of the Week this past week. Emma Marthins, the Defensive Player of the Week, and Kennedy Kerr of Grove City, the Rookie of the Week. Kerr finishing with 65 assists, 25 digs, and 6 service aces. Marthins having a total of 10 blocks, including 6 of them on her own in Bethany's undefeated week. Recently, Jess Moore, 36 kills on 91 total attacks, hitting .330 in contests over Teal, Chatham, and Waynesburg. Mention as well Asia Krim, a freshman for the Bison, an honorable mention for Rookie of the Week, having 22 digs, but ultimately being beat out by Kennedy Kerr. Teams are back out onto the court after the timeout from Coach Hillier. Latham will continue to serve for Grove City. Diving effort there from Dahlgren, gets it over herself rather poorly as Kirker with the redirect, but that one just out of play. Grove City with the 2-point advantage now here in set 1. Serve dug out by Corley. Torres setting near side for Kirker off the hands of a pair of Wolverines. Diving effort there from Keating, cannot keep it alive. So Jess Moore will enter again in place of Asia Krim. Bison looking to tie this set up once more. Service over from Kirker. Kenline setting for DeGraff. The Bison with the redirect in front. It was Dahlgren and Felton directly in front of the net. Serve over from Kirker. Dug out by Augustine. Kenline setting for Collier. Play blown dead. Point awarded to the Bison as they caught Grove City with a double hit. Now Coach Sales going to ultimately call a timeout, his first of the set and match, as the leader in set 1, 17-16. Talked in the pregame show about the importance of this match for both teams. Now ultimately even more important after Chatham defeated Waynesburg 3-1 this morning. Chatham, of course, in second place in the President's Athletic Conference, just ahead of Grove City, both of them directly above the Bison. Grove City looking to take this match and stay on pace with Chatham. The Bison looking to get some momentum going into their final 4 games of the season and perhaps make things interesting for that second and final first round bye. As these two teams and Chatham Cougars would host their first playoff game, whether they get the bye or not, but that bye ultimately being a huge difference maker to allow these teams to get some rest after a late season grind. Serve over from Kirker off the hands of Keating. Latham with the set. Augustine going cross court. That one just out of play. L1 Lorraine King right there on the spot with the call. Serve over from Kirker. Diving effort that time from Latham, and a redirect off of one of her teammates is Katie Kenline and had it hit off of. The Bison leading by 3 here in set 1. Serve from Kirker, dug out by Keating, set from Kenline. Augustine far side, redirected by Dahlgren. Grove City will look to do it again. Collier near side, blocked by Moore. Felton to Torres. Kirker gets it over. Now Kenline Far side for Augustine, redirected by Dahlgren again. Grove City frantic to try and get it over, but will just ultimately hit it out of play. The Bison, the first one to 20 points here in set one. Of course, not over yet. Coach Sales going to call another timeout after he was frustrated with what he saw there from his last timeout. Of course, the Bison looking to snap a 2-game skid. They lost to W&J Thursday night in 5 sets in Washington, Pennsylvania. And then 2 nights prior to that, heading up to New Wilmington to take on Coach Swearingen and the Westminster Titans, dropping that contest 3-1. Coach Hillier very quick to send her squad back onto the court to try and finish off this set. And now Coach Sales, Wolverines onto the court as well. Serve over from Kirker off the hands of Keating. Kenline setting far side for Augustine. Past the diving Kirker. Grove City gets a point back as Kennedy Kerr and Katie Pry re-enter. Kerr will immediately drop back to serve as a part of the Wolverines rotation. Serve dug out by Kirker. Torres setting for more near side, going cross court off the hands of Keating. Kerr sends it over to Pry. Bison cannot keep it afloat as Grove City get a point back. Continue to make set number one interesting, an indication of what's to come. Serve over from Kerr. Falls short in front of Dahlgren, who got a hand to it, but not enough. Now Coach Hillier going to be making some positional adjustments on the court with Dahlgren and Kirker. The serve over from Kerr, shoveled into the air by Kirker. Dahlgren with the save in front of the bench. Torres gets it over, off the hands of Pry. Kerr over to DeGraff. Now Kirker with the attack, off the hands of Keating. Augustine far side, have that one deflect off the net, dug out by Corley. Torres sets for Dahlgren, redirected by the Wolverines and out of play. Big point there for the Bison as Paige Allen enters in place of Brooke Dahlgren. Serve over from Allen, dug out by Keating. Kerr with the set, dug out beautifully by Corley. Torres to Felton with the attack, dug out by Keating. Kerr near side to Pry, off the hands of Kirker. And the Wolverines get a point back. Serve over from Augustine, dug out by Kirker. Torres setting far side for Felton, redirected by the Wolverines, but out of play. That'll fall directly in front of the score table. Felton into the game for Corley. Is set to serve. Dug out by Latham. Kennedy Kerr quickly over for Keating, far side. Diving effort there from Jess Moore. Martins with the redirect off the hands of Anna DeGraff, and it'll fall behind Martins. (22-21) Bison lead. Serve over from DeGraff will drop directly in front of Allen. Coach Hillier going to call a timeout as we're knotted up at 22 apiece. Again, we mentioned in the pregame show that these two sides went to 5 sets on September the 18th in Grove City. Coach Hillier, Coach Sales, knowing that this was going to be a very difficult matchup, one that has a bit of a playoff atmosphere to it. As you know, both of these teams will feature somewhere in the postseason field and could very well encounter each other at some point. It'll be DeGraff serving for Grove City, the sophomore Seneca Valley High School product. Dug out by Allen. Torres with the set for Moore, near side. Jess Moore redirected off the hands of Katie Pry. Bison getting back on top. Asia Krim serving now for Bethany. Dug out by Augustine. Kerr with the set as Kenline went up for the attack. Rather, Pry could not keep it in play. As Kenline and Collier enter the game now for Grove City. And award that point to the Wolverines, overruling the original call on the court. Serve over from Kenline, dug out by Corley. Torres with the set for Martins, who hammers it home for point 24. Dahlgren back into the game for Allen. Bison looking to close off set number 1. With the serve from Torres. Dug out by Augustine. Kenline setting near side for Keating, kept afloat by Corley, and Bison ultimately running out of hits. The tied 24-24, and the win by 2 rule comes into effect now. As Keating will serve. It's dug out by Krim, gets it over herself, redirected in front by Dill. Bison scrambling to get it over. It's Kirker, dug out by Latham. Kenline, far side for Augustine, dug out by Corley. Now Torres setting for Dahlgren, redirected by Grove City. They keep it afloat. Latham setting for Augustine, going cross court, dug out by Corley. Torres back cross court to Kirker, redirected by the Wolverines, kept afloat by Dahlgren. Kirker will get it over again. Now Grove City keeping it alive as Collier sends it over. It's dug out by Krim. Torres, the Martins, off the hands of Keating. Kenline, Augustine far side, redirected by Martins. Kenline again to Dill. Diving effort there from Corley, cannot keep it in the air. And now it's Grove City 1 point away from taking set number 1. Serve over from Keating, dug out by Krim. Torres sets for Dahlgren, off the hands of Eloise Augustine. Tied again, 25 apiece. We see Emma Martins exit the game for the Bison. Serve over from Corley, dug out by Latham. Kenline to Augustine, dug out by Krim. Torres, Felton. Now it's Latham setting for Augustine again, off the hands of Corley. Torres near side to Kirker, goes cross court, sliding effort there from Keating. Kenline over to Collier, that one just out of play, rather in play. Coach Hillier very frustrated with that, as our line judge Tammy Albert originally ruling it out of play and then pointing the flag in towards the court. So Grove City will take the 26-25 lead. Serve over from Latham, dug out by Krim. Corley over to Kirker, and now Keating with the dig. Kenline redirected by the Bison in front. Kenline again setting for Augustine, redirected by Felton again. Dug out by Krim. Torres setting for Felton as Dahlgren will get it over. Great adjustment there. Collier with the attack, dug out by Krim with the diving effort. Torres keeps it afloat. Kirker sends it over, dug out by Keating. Kenline with the set. Augustine with the attack, redirected by the Bison. Dahlgren keeps it afloat, and it falls out of play And the Bison drop set one, 27-25. After some heavy back and forth rallies there between the two sides, Grove City ultimately just getting the edge that time. And now the Bison needing to win 3 of the last 4 potentially. The Bison look to capitalize here and come out on top. Definitely go to a minimum of set number 4. Mentioned earlier, head coach Leo Sales in his 3rd season with Grove City, simultaneously serving as the volleyball coach and an associate athletic director for sports ministry. He had his own book published titled Ordering Our Steps, Committing Life and Sport to Christ, which is a 31-day sports devotional for athletes, coaches, and fans. He developed the Gear Sports Ministry program, which encompasses all 22 sports teams at Grove City and encourages student athletes to affirm their faith and use their platform to serve others. Coach Sales very busy on the campus of Grove City College, not only on the volleyball court, but outside of it as well, as he formerly served as a youth pastor and minister of music in various churches over a 15-year time frame. Of course, for Coach Hillier on the Bison, recently claiming win number 300 in her Bison coaching career in the first contest this season against the Teal Tomcats. Coach Hillier, one of the most accomplished active coaches in PAC volleyball. Tammy Swearingen of Westminster, undoubtedly, the most accomplished. But Coach Hillier looking to continue in her footsteps. Coming up for the Bison, they have a doubleheader Tuesday night in Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania, taking on the Geneva Golden Tornadoes. First match set for 6 o'clock, second one to follow at 8 or 30 minutes after the first match concludes. Both teams now back onto the court. Set to begin set number 2. As Sydney Kirker will be serving to open the set for the Bison. Service from Kirker, dug out by Keating. Over to Augustine Latham, will shovel it over. Felton with the dig. Torres setting near side for Moore with a powerful effort, and Jess Moore showing exactly why she's PAC Offensive Player of the Week for the second time this season. Getting the Bison out in front with the first point of set number 2. Serve over from Kirker, dug out by Keating. Kerr sets for, that was DeGraff. Augustine with the shovel over, dug out by Torres. Corley setting near side for Moore again, dug out by Keating. DeGraff redirected by Felton. Augustine. Kerr will deflect it over. Torres over to Moore. Diving effort that time from Kerr. Sent over by Pry. Torres up for Dahlgren. Powerful effort there. Sending Maya Latham into a split. And ultimately getting nothing on it. Serve from Kirker, dug out by Keating. Redirected in front by the Bison. It's Kerr again. Shoveled over by Pry. Corley over to Torres to Jess Moore, redirected by Grove City. Torres up for Dahlgren, far side, out of play over the head of Maya Latham as Grove City get on the board. Serve over that time by Augustine, dug out by Kirker. Torres sets for Felton with a powerful effort just inside the line as Riley Felton shows off her strength in front of the net. Felton, the junior from Salineville, Ohio. Paige Allen enters in place of Brooke Dahlgren. Serve over from Allen, dug out by Latham. Kerr setting for Kenline, rather Pry. Keating sends the attack over with the deflection, but ultimately still falling in. As Anna DeGraff sends her serve over. Off the hand of Torres. A point for Grove City as they're going to call Torres with an illegal block, rather out of bounds. The serve dug out by Kirker. Torres up to Felton off the hands of Kennedy Kerr. That'll fall into the bleachers on the near side. (4-3) Bison lead in set 2 after Grove City took set 1 27-25. Booming serve from Felton off the hands of Latham. Kerr deflected in front by the Bison. Diving effort from Felton. Moore with the attack, dug out by Latham. Set for Kerr. Keating with the attack off the hands of Marthins and Torres in front. Grove City knots it up at 4 again. Both sides make substitutions. Serve from Kenline cannot find its way over the net. That'll be a service error on 20 in gray. Will allow the Bison to reestablish their lead in set 2. Asia Krim with the serve. Off the hands of Keating. Kenline setting for Keating. It was Augustine who set it up for Kenline. Kenline again, dug out by Krim. Kirker near side off the hands of Kenline. Now Collier with the set. Keating gets it over. Allen to Torres. Attack from Kirker off the hands of Katie Kenline. And the Bison extend their lead. Another serve over from Krim. Diving effort from Augustine. Keating has it deflect off the top of the net. Torres setting for Kirker. Little dink over the top. Diving effort there from Dill. Now Keating dug out by Corley. Torres near side to Kirker. Goes cross court. Deflecting off of Eloise Augustine. And a point for the Bison. Serve over from Krim going cross court, dug out by Keating. Kenline back to Keating, off the arm of Krim. Torres will go over her head to get it over. Kenline, missed time jump there from Dill. Play continues, Kirker going cross court. Keating keeps it afloat. Kenline back to Keating, redirected by Marthins. Grove City scrambling, sent over by Collier, dug out by Allen. Torres to Marthins, sneaking that one inside the line. Emma Marthins doing what she does best in front of the net. And now Coach Sale's going to ultimately call a timeout. Emma Marthins, the middle blocker. PAC women's soccer action taking place in Grove City between these very two same schools. 7 minutes left to play in the first half. Tied at 1. Women's side kicked off at 1 o'clock. Men's team set to begin their contest at 4 p.m. Those live streams courtesy of the Grove City Athletic Department. The Bison have taken the last handful of points here in set number 2, ultimately prompting Coach Sales to call that timeout, allow his team to just get that mental refreshment as they know they're in for a grind here this afternoon. Squads back out onto the court. Asia Krim will continue to serve. Her service over off the hands of Keating. Kenline sliding effort back to Keating, kept alive by Allen. Torres going cross court to Kirker. That'll deflect off a pair of Wolverines in front, and another point for the Bison. Another serve over from Krim off the hands of Keating. Diving effort there for Katie Kenline into no man's land as the Bison really extend their lead here in set 2, 10-4. Serve over from Krim off the hands of Keating. Another Bison point as that one drops. Coach Sales going to his bench as Lexi Auth makes her first appearance in place of Keating. Auth, the outside hitter from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Serve over from Krim. Kenline with the set. Now Collier dug out by Krim. Torres setting near side for Kirker. Sliding effort from Augustine. Kenline up to Auth, redirected by Martins. Kenline again, this time to Dill. Kept afloat by Allen. And Krim and Torres scrambling near the bleachers to try to keep it alive. Cannot. So Grove City ultimately getting a point back. Serve over from Auth. That one just out of play. Corley Krim right there to see it out. It'll go down as a service error from the sophomore Avonworth High School product. Serve over from Torres just off the top of the net. Diving effort from Latham. Augustine sends it over. Diving effort from Corley, who hasn't hit off the wall behind the basketball hoop. So Grove City gets a point back, and they still trail by 6. Latham with the serve. Dug out by Krim. Torres sets for Martins. Powerful effort there. Kept afloat by Auth. Now Latham over to Augustine. Dug out by Corley down to her knees. Torres far side to Dahlgren going cross court. Off the hands of Collier. Kenline cross court to Augustine, who sneaks it inside the line. It's a textbook play there from Eloise Augustine from Westchester, Ohio. Another serve from Latham, dug out by Krim. Torres setting for Dahlgren off the hands of Augustine. Kenline back to Augustine off the hands of Krim. Diving effort from Torres. Krim tries to shovel it over but cannot. It's now 12-8. Coach Hillier going to call a timeout after Grove City has taken the last handful of points. At the very least, the majority of them. Bison ahead 12-8 here in set number 2. Remind you, Grove City took set 1, 27-25. As both sides head back out onto the court now. Latham will continue to serve for Grove City. Serve over from Latham, dug out by Kirker. Torres set for Kirker once more, diving out, who can keep it inside the lines. Point for the Bison. Katie Kenline was over to try to rescue it, but ultimately came up short. So the serve over from Corley, off the hands of Augustine into the Grove City bench. Bison gladly take that point to continue to extend their lead after Grove City recently cut into it. Serve over from Corley, dug out by Augustine. Kenline, attack in front by DeGraff. Dahlgren sends it over directly in front of Latham, and another point for the Bison. Coach Sales giving some instruction to Anna DeGraff and Katie Kenline on the far side. Serve over from Corley, off the hands of Auth, kept alive by Augustine. Now Kenline will shovel it over. Torres setting for Kirker, going cross court, off the hands of Auth, and a point for the Bison once more. As Faith Keating checks back in for Lexi Auth. We saw that reverse substitution a handful of minutes ago. Corley serve going cross court, dug out by Latham. Kenline setting for Collier, past the diving Torres. Pair of substitutions now for Grove City as Collier and Kenline exit the game. Kennedy Kerr to serve. It's dug out by Krim. Torres setting far side for Dahlgren, off the hands of Keating into the rafters. Kerr will keep it afloat. Augustine goes cross court, dug out by Kirker. Torres to Felton with the attack, off the face of a Wolverine. It was Kennedy Kerr, who's still trying to process what happened. Will continue on. The serve over from Kirker, dug out by Augustine. Kerr setting for Augustine once more, dug out by Kirker. Torres up to Dahlgren, who will just get a little bit on it that time. DeGraff will send it over, dug out by Corley. Torres far side to Felton, off the hands of Latham. Kerr again, up for Augustine, deflected atop the net. It'll drop past the diving Corley as Grove City gets a point back. Bison still ahead 17-10 as Eloise Augustine, her serve dug out by Kirker. Torres setting for more near side, off the hands of Keating. Latham setting for Keating, redirected in front by Felton, but that one just out of play. So another point for Grove City. That serve dug out by Kirker. Torres setting for more. Diving effort from Latham will keep it afloat. Kerr setting far side for Keating, redirected by Dahlgren. Nobody home for Grove City as Eloise Augustine was pushing up towards the net. Bison inching closer and closer towards claiming set number 2. Serve over from Allen. Dug out that time by Augustine. Diving effort that time from Kirker, cannot keep it in play. As we see Carrie Dill back into the game for the libero, Latham. It'll be Anna DeGraff serving. Serve that time dug out by Kirker once more. Torres shovels it over herself. Kerr setting for Keating. Down to her knees is Kirker, but cannot keep it in the air. Another point for Grove City, who still trail 18-13. Serve over from DeGraff, dug out by Allen. Torres keeps it afloat. Felton with the attack. Kerr will set for Keating, redirected in front by Riley Felton. And that's exactly what you want if you're the Bison, looking to get the serve back on your side. Felton will exit the game in favor of Anna Taylor, making her first appearance. Taylor, the outside hitter and defensive specialist from Steubenville, Ohio, in her first year as a Bison. Service over, dug out by Augustine. Kerr setting for Keating. Diving effort that time from Kirker. Latham will set for Keating. Past the diving Kirker once more, this time inside the line. It's Lorraine King right there to rule. That one snuck its way in. As both sides make two substitutions. Anna Taylor right back out of the game for the Bison. Serve over from Kenline. Torres setting for more, redirected in front by the Wolverines. Allen setting it for Kirker, going cross court. Diving effort that time from Augustine. Latham will shovel it over. Allen setting for Torres. More mistimed jump. That one will fall onto the Bison half of the court, who ultimately were out of hits, as the touch there from Moore was in fact the fourth. Serve over from Kenline, dug out by Corley. Torres setting near side for Moore, off the hands of Robin Collier, but it won't matter as it drops out of play. Asia Krim back into the game. Serve over from Krim, off the hands of Keating. Kenline back to Keating, diving effort from Corley, keeps it afloat. Torres gets it over herself. Kenline over to Latham. Keating goes cross court, dug out by Krim. Torres setting for Kirker near side. Now Kenline again, up for Collier. Diving effort there from Paige Allen, but cannot contain it to the parameters of the court. So it'll be a point for Grove City. Bison ahead 20-16 in set two. They dropped set one 27-25. Down official Kathy Sineri quickly signaling for an official timeout to confirm with the score table. Serve that time from Keating. Krim thought it was going to drop out of play, but it'll go down as a service ace. Grove City trailing by just 3 at this point. Serve over from Keating. Diving effort from Krim. Unable to receive. Coach Hillier going to signal for a timeout. We continue to go back and forth here inside Nutting Gymnasium and Hummel Fieldhouse in set two. It's halftime in Grove City between these two same schools in women's soccer. Mary Marshall getting the goal for the Bison. Was assisted by Corinne Graybo. As for Grove City, it was Haley Weinert with the goal, going down unassisted. Reminder, you can catch that live stream on Grove City Athletic website. The men's side set to kick off at 4 p.m. Looking to keep their playoff hopes alive. both volleyball programs here inside Nutting Gymnasium back onto the court. Faith Keating will serve for Grove City. As the up official Tim King calling Keating over for a brief discussion. So after that brief conversation, Keating will send it over. Dug out by Corley. Torres setting near side for Kirk, going cross court, kept afloat by Augustine. Augustine with the attack off the hands of Krim. Torres setting for Kirker, redirected in front by Robin Collier, and another point for Grove City. Just 1 point away from tying this up at 20 apiece. Serve over from Keating, dug out by Corley. Torres with the set, the attack from Krim. Latham with the set, shoveled over there, that time by Keating. Attack from Martins, past the diving Maya Latham. Bison reestablished their 2-point advantage. As it'll be Torres serving for the Bison. Off the hands of Augustine Kenline, setting for Augustine, redirected in front by Dahlgren. Kenline going near side to Collier, redirected off the hands of Emma Martins. A brick wall in front of the net, proving to the conference again why she's the reigning defensive player of the week with her many blocks this afternoon. Service error that time from Torres as it was over Maya Latham and out of play. As Latham will be back to serve. Diving effort from Krim, gets it over herself. Martins setting for Torres, going near side to Kirker, off the hands of Kenline. Now Latham setting for Augustine, going cross court. That one out of play. Sydney Kirker quick to pull back. Another 3-point advantage for the Bison. As the libero Corley sends her serve over, off the hands of Augustine Kenline. Attack atop from Grove City, kept afloat by Corley. Sliding effort there from Kenline. As Collier gets a little dink to it, Kirker gets a tip. Now Kirker again, off the hands of Keating and out of play. Bison 1 point away from taking set 2. Another serve from Corley, off the hands of Keating. Kenline near side to Collier, diving effort there from Krim, cannot keep it in the air. But Grove City not done yet as they get set to make 2 substitutions now. Kennedy Kerr and Katie Pry back into the game in place of Katie Kenline and Robin Collier. Serve over from Kerr, does not clip the net, and that is all she wrote for set 2. The Bison taking it 25-21. A big set that the Bison needed after dropping the previous one 27-25. And at this point it becomes a best of 3 between the final 3 sets. Knew this was going to be a competitive match all afternoon. As we have a t-shirt toss going on here inside Hummel Fieldhouse. See a handful of students in the crowd here. Of course, both soccer programs typically come out to support up at Grove City. Women's basketball having pool session this morning as they get set for their preseason game next Saturday at Pitt Greensburg. As Coach Hilliard, Coach Sales continue to make adjustments with 1:45 before set number 3. As for Grove City, they have 3 matches left after today. They head to Westminster Tuesday night for a 6:30 p.m. start against Coach Swearingen and the undefeated Titans in PAC play. And Thursday night, that game at home for Grove City, and then ultimately hosting W&J on Thursday night at 7 o'clock before they finish off the season with a match against Geneva. Of course, I mentioned earlier a pair of times Chatham defeating Waynesburg earlier today, a result that both of these sides would have liked to have seen gone the other way, as both of them are directly behind Chatham. The Bison, of course, directly behind Chatham and these Grove City Wolverines. Both sides back onto the court now. Down official Kathy Sineri ensures that those who are intending to be on the court are in fact on the court. As the Bison with some miscommunication, Emma Marthins subduing here to start the set. It'll be Kennedy Kerr for Grove City, serving once more. Serve over from Kerr. Diving effort there from Kirker, keeps it afloat. Attack from Moore. Sneaking that one inside the line is Jess Moore, and the Bison pick up right where they left off from set 2. The Bison, of course, also taking the first point in set 2. Serve over from Allen, dug out by Augustine. Kerr with the set, redirected by the Bison. Diving effort there from Allen, cannot keep up as Grove City gets the point back. As now Eloise Augustine set to serve for Grove City. One off, rather not off the hands of Kirker. She pulled away at the last second. It'll be a service error for Augustine. Felton with the serve over, off the hands of Latham and off the basketball hoop. That'll drop into the bleachers. So another point for the Bison. Felton service dug out by Latham. Kerr with the set for DeGraff, off the hands of Allen. Felton with the attack, sneaking that one inside the line. Riley Felton from Salineville, Ohio. And now Coach Sales wanting to make a substitution. We see Gabby Lucas for the first time. Lucas, the sophomore from Butler, Pennsylvania. This Felton serve off the top of the net, but it's dug out by Latham. That one shoveled over by Pry. Now Kerr setting for Keating that time. Felton could not keep it afloat. As Carrie Dill re-enters for the libero Latham. Serve over by DeGraff. Torres setting for Moore near side. The attack from Jess Moore. But Moore called for the double hit by the up official Tim King. Was right there to make the call. That serve over from DeGraff, dug out by Allen, will see itself over. Kerr with the set, near side. Torres going back to Moore. Keating gets it over herself. Torres up for Allen to Jess Moore, dug out by Keating. Dill up to Keating, but now Grove City ultimately responsible for a double hit. And the libero Maya Latham back in for the Wolverines. Serve from Krim, dug out by Keating. Kerr with the set, back to Keating. Off the hands of Martins, Torres keeps it afloat. Kirker sends it over, dug out that time by Lucas. Keating back to Lucas, dug out by Allen. Torres, Martins with the attack, past the diving Gabby Lucas, and Emma Martins shows her power once again. And now Coach Sale's gonna call a timeout. Down 6-3 in set number 3. An electric start for Coach Hillier's side, taking 6 of the first 9 points in set number 3, coming off of that 25-21 set 2. Of course, mentioned at this point, it is a best of 3 between the last 3 sets here inside Hummel Fieldhouse. The last matchup going to 5 sets itself. Other scores from around the President's Athletic Conference in volleyball. W&J and Geneva facing off in Beaver Falls. The Golden Tornadoes ahead in the third set, 17-12 after taking the first 2 sets. St. Vincent and Teal facing off in Greenville. Teal ahead in that one, 2-1. Set 4 currently 1 point apiece. Franciscan and Westminster not set to begin until 4 p.m. Serve over from Krim. It's dug out by Keating. Kerr setting for Keating once more. Kept afloat by Allen. Torres near side to Kirker. Off the hands of Dill. Now Kerr again, setting it up for DeGraff, who just dinks it over the top. Torres up for Kirker. Diving effort that time from Keating, cannot keep it up into the air. And another point for the Bison. Krim service that time, diving effort that time from Lucas, but falls. Continue to extend the Bison lead. As Grove City makes another substitution, Eloise Augustine back into the game for Gabby Lucas. Serve over by Asia Krim off the chest of Keating, sent over by Dill. That'll deflect off of the Bison and out of play for a Wolverines point as they get set to make 2 more substitutions. Katie Kenline, Robin Collier into the game in place of Katie Pry and Kennedy Kerr. Serve over from Kenline, off the hands of Allen. Torres setting near side for Kirker. Dug out by Augustine. Kenline up for Keating, far side. That one out of play, and another Bison point as they reestablish their 5-point lead. Now they're going to give that point to Grove City as Torres shovels that one over. Kenline setting for Keating, redirected by Martins. Grove City scrambling, and now the Bison get their 9th point of the set. As it'll be Elena Torres serving for the Bison. Service off the hands of Latham, and that'll bounce its way into the bleachers on the near side as Latham unable to receive that serve cleanly. Another serve over from Torres. It clips off the bottom of the net. It does not find its way over. So Grove City getting it by 4, 10-6. Serve over that time from Keating out of play. So it'll go down as a service error for 7 in gray. 5-point lead for the Bison. Corley with the serve, dug out by Augustine. Kenline back to Augustine. Krim keeps it alive. Torres near side to Kirker. Off the hands of Keating. Cannot get over the net. Now it does by Kenline. Torres setting for Dahlgren. Collier with the dig. Set from Kenline. Augustine. That one out of play. Bison will gladly take that point. Another serve from Corley off the hands of Augustine. Deflected in front by Felton and Kirker. And now Coach Sales calling a timeout here in set number 3. Down 7. One in women's soccer action. Scoring the second goal. Goal assisted by Tirza Lloyd. Of course, the Bison women's soccer program still looking for one in conference play. The Bison volleyball a comfortable 7-point advantage here in set 3. All the momentum for them at this point. Both sides back onto the court now. Corley will continue to serve for the Bison. Serve that time off the hands of Keating. Kenline setting far side. Deflected back by Kirker. Redirected in front. Sent over by the Bison off the hands of Keating. Going over to Augustine. Kirker with the dig. With the attack coming into play. Coach Sales very frustrated, calling for a double hit against the Bison. Play continues. And the point ultimately going for the Bison. Now Kathy Sineri trying to calm down Coach Sales on the far side. He walks away frustrated, throwing his clipboard down. Serve over from Corley, dug out by Augustine. Kenline setting for Collier. Play blown dead as now Grove City called with the double hit. Bison ahead 50. Corley serve off the hands of Keating. Kenline setting far side for Augustine, and that one out of play. As the Bison continue to extend. They're here in set 3, now up to 10, ahead 16-6. Corley served by Latham. Kenline setting for Dill in front. And now Grove City able to capitalize there. And it'll be Latham serving now for the Wolverines. Her service dug out by Krim. Torres for Felton with a powerful effort. Latham keeps it afloat. Kenline could not clip up of the net. and Grove City ultimately running out of hits. The Bison able to regain their 10-point advantage. As things have just fallen apart for the Wolverines in set 3. Serve over from Kirker. Kenline setting for DeGraff, off the hands of Kirker and out of play. Brooke Corley racing to it. Could not get any before it dropped. Kennedy Kerr, Katie Price back into the game. Wolverines. Serve over from Kerr, dug out by Corley. Torres scrambling to set, she does. Attack from Dahlgren, that was just outside the line. And another point for Wolverines. Serve over from Kerr, dug out by Kirker. Torres with the set, near side for Moore, deflected off a hand to the Wolverines. Sent over that time. Now Dahlgren with the attack, diving effort there from Kerr with the set for Auth. That one deflecting off of Dahlgren and Felton. And another point for Grove City. As the Wolverines into the 10-point deficit. From Kerr, dug Kirker, Torres with the set. Back to Kirker, who can't get it over the net. And with that, Coach Hillier going to signal for a timeout after Grove City has taken the last 4 points in the set. Coach Hillier looking to give her side a bit of a mental reset. Now the Bison still ahead 17-11 here in set number 3. But Coach Hillier not wanting to allow Grove City to gain what they already have, hoping the timeout will slow down some of that already gained momentum. Bison back out onto the court. Grove City set to follow them here momentarily. Kennedy Kerr continuing to serve for the Wolverines. Serve the time dug out by Kirker. Torres with the set for Felton off the top of the net. Diving effort that time was Kerr, but could not get to it. That's exactly what the Bison needed after the timeout. It'll be Paige Allen serving for the Bison. Dug out that time by Auth. Attack from DeGraff. Torres with the set for Kirker. Off the hands of Keating, kept afloat by Auth. Keating will shovel it over. Torres with the dig, rather the set for Felton, off the hands of Lexi Auth. And a second point for the Bison consecutively. Allen with the serve, dug out by Keating. Shoveled over by Auth. More near side, redirected by the Wolverines. Alice Moore called against the Bison. So a point for Grove City. Now a substitution for the Wolverines. Lexi Auth out in favor of Eloise Augustine. Serve over by Augustine, dug out by Kirker. Torres with Jess Moore near side, off the hands of Augustine. It'll carry him into the bleachers. Bison 5 points away from taking set number 8. Anna Taylor back into the game. Her serve deflects off the top of the net. Grove City froze in their tracks as it dropped into no man's land. And it's an early Christmas gift there for Anna Taylor and the Bison. Her serve again hits the top of the net. This time ricochets back onto the Bison half of the court. Just records the service ace and records a service error as Anna DeGraff serve now for the Wolverines. It's dug out by Kirker. Set from Torres. Martins with the attack. That'll ricochet off of two Wolverines in front. The Bison set number 3. Asia Krim with the serve. Dug out by Keating. Kerr. Diving effort again by Krim. Allen keeps it afloat. Torres has to get it over, and she does. Dug out by Keating. Kerr with the set. Far side for Pry. Out of play, and a point now for the Bison. Serve from Krim. Dug out by Augustine. Kerr with the set. Far side for Keating. That one sneaking out of play. Krim and Corley seeing it out. Set point here for the Bison. Serve from Krim. Dug out by Augustine. Set far side for Keating. Diving effort from Corley. Float. Torres with the set. Paige Allen with the attack. Dug out by Latham. One cannot be out. It'll drop into Grove City territory. And the Bison claim set number 3. Take advantage of the match. 2-1. And now both sides will get brief intermissions to talk things over for Coach Sales, looking to force it to set number 5, in which case would be 1st to 15. The Bison looking to finish things off here in set number 4. Women's soccer action still 2-1 in favor of the Wolverines. 65th minute of play. We saw the first set here inside Grove City take 27-25. The Bison took set number 2, 25-21, and then just capitalized there 25-13 in set number 3. After Grove City really struggled to get anything going. Now, Coach Sales and his Wolverines side went against the wall. We've talked about the significance of this match. Grove City looking to keep pace with Chatham after their victory over Waynesburg. The Bison looking to keep pace with Chatham and Grove City, as both the Cougars and Wolverines have 3 matches to play next week. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday slate. The Bison with 4. The Tuesday, Thursday slate, but Tuesday night being the doubleheader, he falls against Geneva. Currently sit 6th and final PAC playoff spot. Plenty of work to do for both Grove City and Bethany. Not today, but for the remainder of the season, as you just have that feeling it's going to come down to the wire in the first round bye. The final one still available, but ultimately the overall seeding, because Teal sits at 9-6 currently. They are not by any means out of contention to surpass the Bison, potentially even Grove City or Chatham. Geneva a little bit behind both Bethany and Teal, but they have 4 games to play still. Rather 5 games, as they have 4 scheduled for next week and then the one they're currently playing today. Both sides back onto the court, ready to kick off set number 4. And Sydney Kirker will drop to serve. Serve over from Kirker off the hands of Augustine, kept afloat by Kenline. Augustine with the attack, directed in front by Dahlgren and Felton. But a point going to the Wolverines. As it'll be Maya Latham set to serve. Latham jumping the gun there. As Kathy Sineri still talking things over with the score table, as the point was put up here inside Nutting Gymnasium for the Bison. On the original call was then overturned for Grove City. Sineri sorting that out. Now Latham legally allowed to serve, dug out by Torres. Setting for Dahlgren, redirected, kept low by the Bison. More near side, diving effort there from Latham. Now Collier shovels it over, dug out by Corley. Torres with the set far side for Felton, cannot sneak it over the net. And Grove City will take the first 2 points here in set number 4. Now serve over from Latham, dug out by Kirker. Torres setting for Felton off the top of the net, off the hands of Kenline. Now Augustine goes cross court, diving effort there from Moore, gets it over. Miscommunication from the Wolverines. Augustine finally tries to get it over, and it's blocked in front by Riley Felton. Riley Felton getting all 6'1" of herself up there that time. Allows the Bison to get on the board here in set 4. Serve over from Allen. Now Augustine will deflect it over. Torres setting near side for Moore. That's blocked in front by Anna DeGraff. And the Wolverines get their point right back as they get set to make a pair of substitutions. Kennedy Kerr and Alexis Kilmartin into the game. Kilmartin, the outside, rather opposite hitter from Altoona. As Kerr with the serve, dug out by Allen. Torres setting for Moore off the hands of Augustine. That'll drop. And a point now for the Bison. Serve over from Felton, dug out by Latham. Kerr with the set for DeGraff off the hands of Paige Allen. And Grove City again point. They get 4 of the first 6. Serve over from Augustine, dug out by Allen, and that'll carry him into the bleachers on the far side. Serve over from Augustine off the hands of Allen. Torres setting for Moore. Dug out by Keating, but miscommunication there between Keating and Latham. And it'll be a gift for the Bison. As Asia Krim re-enters for Jess Moore. Allow the reigning PAC Offensive Player of the Week a chance to get some water and catch her breath. As the serve over from Krim, dug out by Augustine. Kerr with the set for Keating. Diving effort there from Corley. Marthins up for Kirker, off the hands of Keating. Kerr with the set. At time sent over by the Wolverines, dropping in front of Allen. It was Kilmartin. Got her hand to it. DeGraff back to serve. Dug out by Krim. Torres for Marthins with a powerful strike. Emma Marthins directly in front of the net. And that's exactly what the doctor ordered for these Bison. Torres serving. Dug out by Augustine. Kerr with the set. Will shovel it over herself, rather. Torres setting for Dahlgren. Cross court off the hands of Kerr, then Latham. Keating gets it over. It's dug out by Corley. Torres setting near side for Kirker. Dug out by Augustine. Kerr. Far side to Keating. Diving effort is Krim, but cannot get to it. Grove City, point number 7 here in set 4. And they're set to make 2 more substitutions as Katie Kenline, Robin Collier enter the game in place of Kilmartin and Kerr. Serve over from Kenline, dug out by Corley. Torres setting far side for Dahlgren, does just enough to get it over. Robin Collier, her left hand to it that time, but not enough, as the Bison look to continue cutting the deficit. Corley serve, dug out by Augustine. Kenline up for Pry. It's off the hands of a pair of Bison. Another Grove City point as Faith Keating, the junior from Troy, Michigan, sends that serve over, dug out by Krim. Torres, Felton with a powerful kick, ricocheting off of Maya Latham. The Bison and the Wolverines trading point for point. Kirker with the serve. Kenline setting aside for Collier. Setting aside for Moore. Going cross court where it's dug out by Augustine. Kenline setting for Augustine again. Redirected in front by Dahlgren. Kenline up for Keating. Dug out by Corley. Ricocheted in front by Keating. And the Wolverines take the point again. Rather, Katie Pry, the sophomore middle blocker. Serve for Latham, dug out by Torres over to Moore. Powerful strike, sneaking inside line. Keating stood and watched each other, who ultimately didn't move. And serve will go back to the Bison. Still trail by 2. Serve over from Allen, dug out by Keating. Kenline sets for Augustine, where it's dug out by Kirker. Torres with the set for Felton. Powerful strike off the hand of Faith Keating. Bison 1 point away from tying here in set number. Allen with the serve, dug out Kenline. Setting near side for Collier, dug out by Kirker. Torres with the set near side for Moore, but play blown dead after the Bison caught with a double hit. Now 2 more subs back in for Grove City. Kilmartin and Kerr back on in place of Collier and Kenline. Serve over by Kerr, dug out by Kirker. Allen setting for Moore. Diving effort there from Latham. Redirected in front by the Bison, ricocheting on the half of the court, and another point for the Bison. Trail again by just 1. Serve over from Felton, dug out by Keating, set from Kerr. Augustine the attack, dug out by Allen. Torres setting near side for Moore with a powerful effort, and Latham cannot keep it up in the air. The Bison have tied this one at 10 apiece. Serve over from Felton. Just off the hands, rather not deflecting off of Keating. Back in just enough time. Service error for Felton allows City to regain the lead. Serve over from Augustine, dug out by Allen. Torres with the set. Martins the attack. Somehow sneaks it over the net. Kilmartin sends it over. Allen with the dig. Torres setting near side for Moore once more. Redirected by the Wolverines. Past the diving Elena Torres. Grove City going down the attack and gaining they lead 12-10. From Augustine, dug out by Kirker. Set from Torres, Moore near side. Off the hands of Augustine. Bramble forward up in front. Torres setting for Martins. Deflected by Augustine. Kilmartin sends it over. Martin shovels it over. Kept afloat by DeGraff. Kerr over to Keating. Kirker pulling back and out of play. As these sides continue to trade off point for point. We've yet to see a timeout called in the set. The serve from Krim off the hands of Augustine Latham. The set for Keating far side. Torres setting for Kirker. Deflected in front by the Wolverines. Kept up by DeGraff. Attack from Keating, and it comes off the hands of Kirker. It's Grove City ahead now, 13-11. Anna DeGraff sends serve over. It's dug out by Krim. Torres setting for Martins. Powerful effort. Blocked by DeGraff, but it can't clear the net. Anna DeGraff in complete display. She checks out of the game in favor of Maya Latham. Grove City leads at 4. Bison taking set 3, 25-13. Serve over from Torres, dug out by Keating, set from Kerr. The attack from Pride, dug out by Corley. Over to Kirker, redirected by the Wolverines, and it'll drop past the diving Krim. 2-point advantage now for Grove City as they make another pair of substitutions. Kenline and Collier into the game in place of Kerr and Kilmartin. As Kenline will drop back the serve. It's dug out by Krim. Torres for Wolverines. Krim up for Kirker. Off the hands of Latham. Now Kenline setting far side for Keating. Diving effort from Krim. Beautifully keeps it afloat. Corley shovels it over. Kenline up for Pry. And that'll drop into no man's land against the Bison. As we get first appearance for Destiny Goodnight for the Bison, looking to get some size in front of the net. The serve over from Kenline. Torres setting for Martins, redirected by the Wolverines, but dropping in front of the score table. The Bison again trailing by 2. Felton re-entering for Martins. Corley back to serve. 15-13, Grove City lead in set 4. Serve from Corley, deflects off the top of the net. Latham keeps it alive. Attack from Pry off the hands of Dahlgren and Felton. For Wayne, serve from Keating, dug out by Corley. Torres with the set for Felton. Powerful effort there. Deflects off Katie Pry. Bison cutting off the point once again. Coach Hillier making 2 changes, seeing Goodnight and Krim exit the game. Serve over from Kirker, dug out by Latham. Kenline to Augustine, dug out by Felton. Torres taking a deflection past the diving Eloise Augustine. The Bison just 1 point down now here in set number 4. Serve over from Kirker will just clear the top of the net. Augustine down to her knees to try to make the play. Cannot. We're tied up at 16. And with that now, Leo Sales of Grove City calling the first timeout of the set from either side. And with that, we'll check on the soccer score in Grove City. The Wolverines ahead 4-1, pulling away here in the second half as Haley Weiner got her set. Talked about Kim Pell getting a goal early on. And Natalie Merrick scoring the fourth for the Wolverines. 8.5 minutes left to play in that match. So the Bison set to drop to 0-8 conference play. Overall will fall to 4-11. Grove City, on the other hand, will improve to 6-2 in the conference as they get set to make PAC playoff run. They'll improve to 9-7 overall. Both sides here back out onto the court in a piece. Set number 4, the Bison ahead 2-1 in terms of sets. Sydney Kirker back to serve. Serve that time dug out by Augustine Kenline. Setting near side for Collier, dug out by Dahlgren. Set from Torres, attack from Felton off the hands of Keating and into the score table. And a point for the Bison. Serve from Kirker. Keating watched it out of play. So Grove City will tie it up again, 17 apiece. Katie Pry out of the game in place of Anna DeGraff. Maya Latham to serve. It's dug out by Kirker. A set from Torres. Attack from Moore. Diving effort there from Keating. Kenline over to Augustine, far side. Cannot clip it. Can regain the lead now. Paige Allen enters in favor of Brooke Dahlgren. Coach Sales making some positional adjustments on the court. As the serve over from Allen, dug out by Keating. Kenline setting for Augustine, far side. It's dug out by Moore. Torres up for Felton, takes a deflection, and Grove City cannot keep it afloat. Katie Kenline down to her knees. And now Coach Sales going to call another timeout. His side down 2, 19-17. These sides continuing to go back and forth all set long. The last set ultimately being the outlier in which the Bison dominated from start to finish. As set number 1, Grove City took 27-22. Bethany take 25-21. Set 3, of course, the 25-13 Bison victory. And now here in set 4, 19-17, the green and white lead. Looking to finish off the set and the match. Grove City now back onto the court after the timeout from head coach Leo Sales. Serve over from Allen, dug out by Kenline, up for DeGraff, dug out by Moore. Torres Moore, who goes cross court and stopped. Finally now, as Lorraine King on the near side rather, twirling the flag to stop play for an antenna violation. As Kennedy Kerr enters the serve. It's dug out by Kirker. Torres setting for Felton with the attack off of Latham, ricocheting into the bleachers, but Kerr able to save it, redirected over by DeGraff. Torres setting for Moore near side. Powerful attack there, dropping in between Keating and Latham. Bison 5 points away now. Serve over from Felton. Kerr up for DeGraff, redirect to front, past Maya Latham. 21-18, Bison lead. And now Coach Sales going to the bench once more. Carrie Dill back in place of Anna DeGraff. Serve over from Felton. That one deflecting off the fingertips of Eloise Augustine. 3 points away, the Bison are. Serve from Felton. Off the chest of Latham. Unable to receive that one. The Bison inch closer and closer to taking the set and the match. Another serve from Felton. Dug out by Latham. Grove City scrambling to keep it afloat. Keating shovels it over. Paige Allen diving effort. And one from Torres as well. Martins would have been called for kicking the volleyball had it not dropped. Grove City staying alive for the time being. Eloise Augustine to serve. Dug out by Corley. Torres setting near side for Moore. Dug out by Keating. Kerr scrambling to set. Back to Keating. Redirected by Martins. Grove City cannot send it over. 1 point for your Bethany. You see Asia Krim, Destiny Goodnight back into the game in favor of Jess Moore and Sydney Kirker. Serve over from Krim. That'll drop, and the Bison win, taking set 5, 25-19. The match 3-1. That ball ultimately just dropping in front of a pair of Wolverines who were unable to keep it afloat, and the Bison will finish it off. The Bison improving to 12-10 overall, 9-5 in the conference. Grove City, on the other hand, dropping to 17-9, 10-5 in the conference, and that makes things a whole lot more interesting here in the final week of conference play. These Bison with 4 games left, Grove City with 3. And it's going to be a contest down to the wire for the final playoff seeding between these teams. Once again, your final score: Bison taking 3 sets, Grove City taking 1. Grove City taking the first one 27-25. Bison taking the second one 25-21. The third 25-13. And then this last one 25-19. We thank you again for tuning in on the Bethany Broadcasting Network, streamed live on YouTube. Drew Von Sayo signing off once and for all here this afternoon from Bethany, West Virginia.